Iger here with the ARES tutorial. Welcome everyone and let's get right into it. Before getting to the tips, let's talk about this robot and its ability first. This robot has a special type of shield called Absorber Shield which can absorb an unlimited amount of damage. Its ability also consists of built-in energy weapons with 500 meters range. Upon activation of its ability, ARES deploys its Absorber Shield which lasts for exactly 8 seconds. You have the option to manually start firing the built-in weapons, but whenever you start firing, your Absorber Shield will last for exactly 8 seconds no matter what. Now if you don't start shooting manually, there is a 4 second time window before your built-in weapons start firing. In this time window, it's better for your Absorber Shield to get as much damage as possible. Why? Because your built-in weapons will retaliate with the exact damage that your Absorber Shield gets, in addition to the stable damage that the built-in weapons do. This damage can be increased up to 100%. That means the damage that your built-in weapons can be doubled based on the damage that it gets. For more information on weapons and robot stats, you can check the link in the description. It's better to use long-range setups with ARES because you'll have the option to fire from a long range, but also you'll have the option to brawl thanks to its built-in weapons which deal lots of damage. Now some of the strongest long-range setups for the ARES I believe are these currently, and the upcoming best setup I think will be Pulsar Marquez, which is the light dragoon. So why do I believe that long-range and mid-range setups are better for this robot? I believe that currently in the game we have a lot of other robots that work better in close range than ARES. So to name a few, we have Mercury, we have Pursuer, and we have Hellburner. And by equipping it with long range weapons, you simply increase ARES survivability in the battlefield. Now as you see, this robot has low health. It also has 16 seconds of cooldown for its ability, which is not bad, but it leaves it very vulnerable in most situations if you were to use close range weapons with it. Another important thing is to equip your ARES with lockdown weapons, especially with Pulsar because it has 600 meters range. So why lockdown? Because you can lock down your enemies from a safe range and blast them out with your built-in weapons. This tip is also a major important tip because when your shield drops you have 16 seconds of cooldown for your ability, which is not too much nor too less, but nonetheless it leaves you vulnerable to a lot of threats. So what you want to do is operating near covers if possible. But what if you're on a map that has little to less covers? For example, on maps like Canyon, you're out in the open and there are not much covers. In such cases, try to identify the weapons that your opponents are using. Let's say your opponent is using Chakra Inspector. You know that it has 500 meters range. So what you want to do is, as your ability starts dropping, 2 to 3 seconds before it drops, you just retreat backwards and keep the safe range where the weapon of your enemy can't reach you. It's as simple as that. And I guess that's about this tip, and all you gotta do is also watch out for threats around you and be careful of enemies trying to approach you, because it is relatively new bot and people will try to target you a lot. So I gave major tips about piloting this robot. Now let's talk about what else you can do to make this strong robot even stronger. As you know, modules recently came out and we have two passive modules which enhance the firepower of weapons: the nuclear reactor and the thermonuclear reactor. This robot can equip three passive modules and you should definitely equip it with them. Why? Because when you equip it with them, not only your auto weapons get enhanced, but also your built-in weapons get enhanced, which make this robot a lot stronger. The nuclear reactor is easy to get and easy to upgrade, but if you can afford the thermonuclear reactor, definitely go for it, because you will truly feel the power that it gives to your robot. And about active modules, so this robot has low health, and what I would recommend for active modules is the repair unit, which will increase the survivability of this robot by repairing its health. So these were my tips, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you liked it, and see you all in the next video.